would you explain this? Because listening to Honorable Kujeto Ablakwa, he talks about a more satisfactory address by the president if he had spoken about corruption, galamsey, and even how he was going to turn the unemployment rate round, especially in his constituency, the MEPE and not tongue issues we had with the VRA.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Aisha, and good evening to my co-panelists. I think that he makes a good point when he said that President didn't mention that. But then that's really because you cannot necessarily or possibly mention everything.
But those are critical areas that everybody is interested. Corruption. Recently, we've had a back and forth on where we are as a country on the corruption index. That's a very important issue. Galamsey is an issue that the president himself put his presidency on the line for. So you can't rule out these areas.
Well, I've only just said a few words, so if you allow me. So if you go on that tangent, we possibly will have to include possibly everything, because everything is important. And so let's just agree to say that, yes, he didn't mention MEPE, he didn't talk about galamsey, whatever else that we want him to talk about, simply because he cannot possibly talk about everything. And so whilst I agree with him that though he should mention something like that, practically you can't mention everything. But on MEPE, I think that the president has demonstrated enough commitment by his presence there, and then also in making provision for some 220 million Ghana cedis to be allocated for the resettlement of the people. So to my good brother, the idea and the commitment to help with the resettlement of the people has been provided for in the 2024 budget, and the president is committed to that. And so it's a question of trying to see the implementation of that. So without mentioning it, he's made provision for it. And my point that I want us to agree on is that not everything can possibly be mentioned in that. I think the president made a point at some point when he was talking about the development effort of this government, saying that if he wants to go line by line and mention those, we possibly could not have finished that address today. So let's agree that it's not everything that can possibly be given mention in this stage, a limited time to give an address. So an overview, which I can tell you that touches on the key issues, makes very significant admission about where we are, what we are doing to bring the economy back. I think that we should focus on what is in it and what we can derive from it as a country going forward and analyze those rather than, focusing on what is not in it.